All right. So first of all, let's start off with the introduction of our trainers. So we are doing this orientation for our cloud network and system support uh, slots. So basically, this orientation is for 3 of our slots that we will be starting in the upcoming weeks. So we have Gaurav sir from ET Melbourne. He's one of our trainer for Saturday slot. And there's Krishna as well. He's another one of our trainer who's from Sydney. He's runs the Saturday Sunday slot, and me myself I run 2 slots. One's Monday Tuesday, and the other one's Thursday. We'll give you a quick overview about the different slots one more time, but first of all, just introduction from our trainers first. So Krishna, if you can start off with the introduction. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Krishna and currently I'm working in Merit International as a technical analyst. I have more than 5 years of experience, and where I work is the biggest hospitality industry in the world. And before that I was working for Appen, where I was managing systems and network, and in current role I'm managing systems and network plus the project side of it. Thank you very much.
Yep. Moving on to Gaurav sir.
Thank you, Sandeep sir. Thank you everyone for joining today's session. So my name is 𝗖𝗹𝐺𝗂𝗱. I'm currently based in Melbourne, and as Sandeep sir already mentioned, I'm one of the tutors for our network and system support training, as well as I've been working in IT industry for more than 6 years now, and currently I'm working with one of the largest timber and forestry company in Australia, 𝗂𝗍𝗄𝗃, and I work as a system administrator. So basically working on the systems. It's kind of infrastructure, so it include network and systems, migrations, cloud, and almost every sector of IT. In terms of Extratech as well, I have been engaged with Extratech for more than 4 years now. So once you are onboarded, once you are enrolled in the systems, we'll be going through a lot of stuff, technical as well as soft skills to help you get a job in IT in Australia. So yeah, pretty much that is from my side for now. We'll come back again and we'll do more insight on our courses.
Thanks so much, Gaurav sir. And me myself, I've been working with Extratech for nearly 5 years now as well. And I've worked here in Extratech as a trainer, as a tutor, trainer, as well as lab instructor. Apart from that, I do look after the IT part for our clients as well. So Extratech is not just a training provider company. We are an IT-based small MSP company as well. So we are looking after multiple small businesses in terms of IT support, in terms of cloud support and network support. So generally, I'm looking after the network, cloud, and technical part for our clients, as well as I'm handling the training part as well, along with Vinodai as well. Yep, that's all about my introduction. So now, if we can run a little bit about our company as well. So if you can go, sir, do you mind running the company's video?
Sure.
Thank you so much. Just an introduction about our company, just a little bit overview. So yeah.
Welcome to Extratech. Established in 2019, Extratech has become a leading hub for ICT education dedicated to preparing candidates like you for the Australian job market. We are headquartered in Sydney, with branches across Australia and Nepal. We also run our courses in the USA and Canada. Beyond our corporate endeavors, Extratech is also committed to community support initiatives, particularly in Nepal. Over the years, we have channeled more than $90,000 worth of charitable causes across our home country. Among our most ambitious undertaking is the Extratech Oval International Cricket Stadium in 𝗏𝗏𝘃. As the principal investors and builders spearheading the stadium, we are pioneering this transformative $7 million project poised to redefine the sports infrastructure in the region and inspire a new generation of athletes in Nepal. This dual pursuit of innovation and impact defines the essence of Extratech. Our core mission is to equip international candidates with the skills, knowledge, and confidence needed to navigate the complexities of the job market with ease. Designed by seasoned industry professionals, our training modules are tailored to address both the technical and behavioral competencies that employers seek, ensuring you are not just employable but stand out in a crowded talent pool. Extratech's training is structured into two comprehensive phases. The first focuses on 10 to 14 weeks of immersive practical training, during which you will gain hands-on experience through real-world projects. The second phase revolves around career counseling, an essential component that prepares you for the transition from training to employment. From crafting professional resumes, cover letters, LinkedIn profiles to mastering business communication and excelling in job interviews, this phase provides the tools you need to succeed. What sets Extratech apart is its live interactive learning model. Unlike pre-recorded courses, our sessions are designed to foster real-time engagement, allowing you to ask questions, seek immediate clarification, and resolve challenges on the spot. Likewise, whether you prefer online or in-person classes, Extratech caters to your needs, offering flexibility and access to recorded sessions. For added convenience, we also provide a 6-month leeway for candidates who may need to pause their training, ensuring you can pick up where you left off without additional costs. At Extratech, we pride ourselves on focusing on practical applications rather than heavy theoretical content. Our training immerses you in simulated professional scenarios, preparing you for real-world challenges without the burdensome emphasis on abstract concepts. This pragmatic approach underscores our dedication to producing job-ready graduates who can contribute meaningfully to their chosen fields. Extratech's commitment also extends beyond education. We are a partner in your career journey, offering ongoing support, mentorship, and networking opportunities. By connecting you with industry professionals, trainers, and peers, we open doors to collaboration and career growth, ensuring you are well positioned to thrive in a competitive global job market. To participate, you will need a few essential tools. Skype, where you will join a dedicated learning group to connect with trainers and peers. Microsoft Teams, a collaborative platform for file sharing, chats, and virtual meetings. And our academic management system, which grants access to class recordings, resources, and training materials once you enroll. Extratech is more than just a training provider, it is a launchpad for your career. With a proven track record of helping candidates achieve their professional goals, we are here to guide you every step of the way. And we warmly welcome you abroad and hope to be part of your career journey.
Great. Thank you so much, 𝗲𝗄𝗧. All right, so that was pretty much all about our company, because like some of the students, they actually don't know about our company a bit much. So we just want to give a quick overview. Now, moving on, I'm more focused on towards our course structure. So just let me share my slide. So we prepared some of the slides, so that will give you a detailed overview about the entire course structure, as well as how you'll be learning all of the different part of the course. And we'll just get some Q&A at the end of the session. So if you guys have any questions regarding any of the topics, you guys can leave the questions on the chat for now, and we'll reply back once we are done with all of the slides. So as you know, it's the course is referred as Cloud Network and System Support Training, so CNSS for short. So basically, the entire course is actually divided into two parts itself. One that includes your cloud system support, and the networking part is a different section. Yeah, so it's kind of like a different part of the course. So we have combined the cloud and system support first, then the networking part is different. Yeah. So then let's talk about the ICT training. So basically, we will be providing mostly practical training as well. So when we say practical, it can be done both remotely as well as physically. For students, those are not able to come to the office physical, they can manage to come in every now and then. Like they don't have to come every classes to the office, but they can do like 1 or 2 sessions in the classes as well. So we do provide both physical as well as online options for your training as well. Unfortunately, at the moment in Melbourne, we are going through a renovation of the office, so we can't do physical classes at the moment in Melbourne. So it's only online classes at the moment, just in Melbourne. In Sydney, it's physical, as well as online as well. Yep. So after we complete your training, so the entire training will roughly take around 3 months, including your career counseling. It will be around 3.5 months. So the first part where you guys will be learning about the cloud and system side will be around 4 to 6 weeks. Then we'll jump into the networking part, which will be another 4 to 5 weeks. So once we complete both of the section of our cloud network and system support training, then you'll be moving on towards the career counseling part. Yeah. So in your career counseling part, we will be guiding you regarding how to land a job in IT, how to land your first role in IT, technically. So as well as how to prepare for your interview session, how to prepare for your how to prepare your resume, how to prepare a professional LinkedIn profile, all those sort of stuff. Until and unless you guys land your first desired job in IT, you guys are eligible, or you guys are allowed to join the career counseling till then. Make sense? Yeah. All right. So the benefits of Extratech ICT training. So technically, there are a few benefits that you guys can differentiate yourself that Extratech provides, which is different than other job-ready training providers. So when you guys enroll into our course, you guys can actually do the course for another 6 months. So which means that you guys can repeat as many times as you want within 6 months, and you guys can also enroll into multiple slots as many times as you want within 6 months. Yep. So which is one of the biggest benefit of joining our program. And the next thing is that for entire 2 years of your enrollment date, after your enrollment date, you guys can actually access the course materials like your class recordings as well as your notes for another 2 years, which is kind of like an bonus from our side for our students as well. So let's talk about why you guys need to choose Extratech. Again, like I said, there are a few benefits, as well as most of our income that we earn in Extratech is actually going towards our founders project back in Nepal, which is our Extratech's cricket stadium, which is nearly completed. So like all of the students' fees and all of those, all of the fees for students is actually not going to waste. Is actually being invested in something good for the community back home as well. Yep. And yep, so we do have our own training preparation module as well for our students. So for our network and system support side, we do have our separate training module, as well as for your networking side, we follow the module as per the guidelines of the networking vendors. So we'll talk to that. We'll talk about the networking vendors in a bit. All right. So course details. Let's talk about the course detail. So like I said, the course is actually divided into 2 sections. So let me show you that part first. So just let me quickly go to that. Yeah, so that's yours. So first one is your cloud and system side. The cloud part is missing, but it's the system side entire covers your cloud as well as system as well. So on your system side, you will be learning about Windows 10 and 11 troubleshooting. So technically, Windows 10 is about to reach its end of life time period in September this year. So mostly we'll be focusing on Windows 11. Make sense? So we'll be learning about how what's the Windows 11 operating system, how to troubleshoot any issue related with the operating system, and how to identify, let's say, basic steps to navigate the operating system itself as well. And after we complete the Windows side, we'll jump into Windows Server side, where we'll be managing server, and we'll be learning about how to manage different application within the server itself. Yep. And after we complete the server side, we'll jump into the cloud side. And the first part of our cloud side is Microsoft Azure, which is part of your cloud computing anyway. Then after we complete Microsoft Azure, we'll jump into Microsoft 365, which is also another cloud-based tech. So as you can see that all of these different topics are related with one single vendor, which is Microsoft. So the reason we are teaching this course in regards with Microsoft vendor is because Microsoft is actually really popular over here in Australia in most of the businesses. So if you know how to manage those technologies that's offered by Microsoft themselves, you guys can land a job or land your first entry-level job in IT easily. So which is why our course is mainly focused on Microsoft products. So after we complete our Microsoft 365, we'll jump into another Microsoft product, which is actually part of your Microsoft 365, referred as Microsoft Intune. So technically, it's just a cloud-based application that allows you to manage devices, deploy application on those devices, as well as update the operating system, upgrade the operating system, upgrade the application, and all that. So after we complete both our Windows client server as well as the cloud side, we'll jump into one small topic known as 𝗖𝗂𝗹𝗶 Foundation. So it's just like an infrastructure. It stands for your Information Technology Infrastructure Library, and the current version is 4. So technically, 𝗖𝗂𝗹𝗶 Foundation allows you to prepare yourself in a IT service management environment, which allows you to understand how IT service management actually works. So for your first job in IT, you'll be doing mainly customer service. More than technical part, you'll be focusing on customer service role. So all of those stuff is actually learned through this particular small topic called 𝗖𝗂𝗹𝗶 Foundation. So once we complete all of these topics, so that pretty much covers your system side, then we'll jump into the networking side. So like I said, the system side will roughly take you around 4 to 6 weeks. Yep. And once you're done with all of these topics, we'll also guide you in regards how to get your certification with Microsoft as well. And you guys don't need to stress because we will help you pass those certifications ourselves. But the exam has to be booked in your own cost then. Yep. The cost for those certification or booking certification is not actually part of your JRP training fees. Yep. Some of the students actually have a confusion. So I'm just making sure it's cleared out at the moment. Yep. So like I said, once we complete the 6 weeks of our system side, we'll jump into the networking side. So in terms of our networking side, we have focused in on another popular vendor certification, which is Cisco. And the certification itself is Cisco's CCST networking, which stands for Cisco Certified Support Technician, for short for your, the full form for your CCST, and the course is networking. So basically, before let's say roughly around a year and a half, we actually taught CCNA, which was another Cisco's certification. But for entry-level role, we found out that, after some research and all that, just your Cisco certified networking or CCST networking is more than enough. Because your exam cost for your CCNA is really expensive. It's around $500. So if you guys don't actually manage to pass the exam, then you might have to rebook the exam again. But as for CCST networking, the cost is way cheaper. It's way around 70% of the cost less than your CCNA certification. So which is why we actually decided to change our certification from CCNA to CCST networking. So the CCST networking also teaches you all of the networking basic that's actually required for you to land your first entry-level role in IT. So after you complete both of your system and networking side, you guys will have at least 2 different options for your first role in IT. Yep. And that's pretty much about the course. And after we complete both your system as well as your networking side, then you guys will be eligible to join in your career counseling. So when you guys are eligible to join your career counseling, you guys will be you guys will receive an email from our admin team in regards of how to join the career counseling and who will be your contact person in terms of your career counseling as well. So once you start your career counseling, you guys will be trained by professional trainers in your career counseling step. And also, like I said, you guys will be prepared for your mock interview, for your professional resume writing, as well as for your professional LinkedIn profile as well. So, and obviously we will teach you guys how to apply for jobs, but you guys need to understand that we won't be applying the jobs for you guys. Yep. But we will be teaching you how to apply the jobs. We'll be guiding you until and unless you guys actually land your first desired role in IT. But the job applying part is completely up to you guys. Yep. So that's pretty much about the course. So I think pretty much so let's talk about how the training actually is. Then I'll jump into the career counseling. So for your training preparation, you guys will be using Teams application. So the Skype application has actually been replaced by your Microsoft Teams. So you'll be using Teams application for joining in our session, as well as we have our academic management system, or AMS for short. It's like your Moodle that you guys must have used on your school and colleges or universities. So our academic management system will actually help you guys access the course resources, access the Zoom link for your classes, as well as your notes as well. So technically, we won't be using Skype. The Skype application has completely been replaced by your Teams application. Yep. So once you guys enroll in the course, you guys don't need to worry about how to prepare for your training, how to prepare for your course learning module and all that. We will provide a guide, and your trainer, whoever your trainer will be, depending upon the slots that you guys actually choose, you will be getting proper guidance and guidelines as well. Yep. And in terms of your slots, so these are the slots that are actually ongoing at the moment. So the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So the slot for Saturday, Sunday is the one that will be starting from coming week, as well as the Saturday slot, which is ongoing. You guys can join in that slot as well, because you guys will be able to cover some of the topics that you have missed out, which will be again rotated after you complete your entire course anyway. So that means the current slot that you guys will be enrolling in is either slot 1, Saturday, Sunday from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m., which is online for every other state and is both online as well as face-to-face for New South Wales. Then another slot that's starting from next week is your Thursday. It's already started, but you guys can start from new topics, which is from coming Thursday, which is whole day slots. So if you guys don't want to come in 2 days in a row, you guys have an option where you guys can come entire one whole day on Thursday, which is starting from 10 till 5 p.m. So we won't go till 5 p.m. because I'm the one who teaches this slot as well. So we won't be doing the entire 5 p.m. Till 5 p.m. We'll finish roughly around 4:30. And you do get 1 hour break and some short 5 minutes break every now and then as well. Then the other one, the Melbourne slot, which is face-to-face. Currently, it's online in Melbourne as well, and also online for every other states as well. So it's same as the Thursday slot that we run in Sydney, which is face-to-face in Sydney, of course, and that's online for every other states. Yep. But for the Saturday slot, which is also the whole day slot from 10 to 5 p.m., it's only online at the moment, which is run by our 𝗲𝗲 from Melbourne. And the Thursday slot, I run it by myself. And the Saturday, Sunday slot, that's run by Krishna. Yep. So that's pretty much about different slots we're offering at the moment. So you guys will receive an email as well if you guys actually decide to enroll with us. So we'll give you a proper updated details as well regarding the session, because I think this hasn't been updated. So sorry from our side. So yep. So all right. So let's talk about some of our success stories. So some of our past students that have actually landed a job in IT successfully from the time that the company was established. So you guys can actually see those students. So it's kind of like a small flyer that highlights all of our, So pretty much we have managed to help lots and lots of students land a job in IT from the time that the company was actually established as well. Yep. So we got heaps of results in IT as well as in accounting as well. So yeah, obviously apart from IT, we do provide accounting, data analytics, which is also part of your IT, as well as civil engineering training as well. So all of these results are combined results from all of these different subjects all together. Yep. So obviously you guys can be the next success story as well. And also, yeah, this also needs a little bit of updating because we do have other students as well. Okay, so all right. So I'm quickly going to show you guys a small overview regarding, or a demo regarding how we provide our training as well. So currently we're providing, in one of the slots, we are actually providing training for our Windows server, which is part of your system side. Yep. So if you just roughly have a look over here. All right, so technically we will guide our students in terms of how to create virtual servers so that it's easier for students to learn every part of the server that they actually have to know in terms of their course, as well as which will definitely help them how to land their job in IT as well. Yep. So this is a Windows server. So if you just quickly let us log in. Another domain says lazy class, but that's just to make it interesting for some of our students from one of the slots. Yep. So there you go. So this is a virtual server. So this particular virtual server allows you to manage other devices like your laptops, desktops, even workstations as well. So technically, even though this server is virtual, whatever happens in the real actual physical server is exactly taught in this virtual part of the server as well. So that means even though it's a virtual machine, everything that we will be teaching you guys within this virtual machine is exactly what you actually require in your real job as well. Yep. So as you can see, we do have DHCP server, DNS server, we do have web server, FTP server, print server, and as well as a VPN server as well. So you will be focusing on almost 1, 2, 3, and 4 servers altogether when you learn your server class. I mean, some of you may already have a little bit of experience because some of the students have already enrolled. I can see a few of the students. So yeah, so let me quickly show you how a Windows Server actually works, or how a Windows Server environment works. So like I said, this server can actually manage multiple Windows devices. When we say Windows devices, we're talking about the devices that actually have Windows 10 or Windows 11 operating system. And this itself is a Windows Server operating system. Yep. So there's a small application within the server, Windows Server, that's called Active Directory. As you can see over here, it says ADDS. So if I just run that application from here underneath the tools. Now, technically, this application lists out all of the devices that this particular server is managing. Yep. So you can see that under the computer folder, there are around 5 different devices. So we are actually managing all of these devices that are part of this server. Now, within those same devices, we need to create accounts, which are referred as domain accounts, that can be used to log in inside those devices. So if you see over here, we have created some of the OU. It looks like a folder, but it's not actually referred as a folder. So let me quickly go over here, IT service, no, sorry, in terms of your IT training. CNSS, Cloud Network and System Support. Now you can see there are a few user accounts. So these are the user accounts that can be used for logging in within those same devices. Now this is pretty much in the virtual environment, but in the actual physical or the real environment is exactly the same. So you'll be connecting your actual physical laptops, your desktops within the same server. Doesn't matter if the server is virtual or if it's installed within the physical server. Then from the same server, we'll be using exactly same, nothing different, the same application to manage the devices, then to create the users. So we can simply create a user. If you see over here, it's pretty easy to create a user as well. So let's say Ben, and this Ben, and that's our company's domain at the moment. I know it says lazyclass.com.us, but yeah. So then next, we'll just assign a password for the user. Yep, and I'll just make sure the user cannot change the password, and let's do next. Now, whatever I just did within this server application or within this Active Directory application was create a user. Now, the same user can actually log in inside any one of those devices. But for security reason, we will always provide limitation in terms of which device the user can actually log into. And as well as if you see over here, we can actually create groups as well. So pretty much similar stuff that you guys will be learning within your server environment. Now, as for the cloud environment, let me quickly show you how the cloud environment works as well. So I'm just giving you a quick demo as well. Whatever that you guys will be learning if you guys do enroll this course. So let me log into our Office portal. Now, in terms of your cloud environment, you don't need to have a lot of physical resources within the Office itself. So it's mainly in the browser run through the internet itself. So let me quickly show you. Sorry, I think you have another. All right, let me use my Office account, which is my Extratech account. Okay. Too many passwords. All right. All right, so now in the cloud, what you'll be learning is managing user in the same way as I just did in the server. Now, the server environment is referred as your on-premises environment. Now, the same thing that we do in the cloud is referred as your cloud environment. And same as your Windows Server, we're focusing on Microsoft's product, which is Microsoft 365, which is a cloud product. So you won't be working on the client side. As you can see, this is your client side. The clients, they can access all of the application. They can use the Copilot AI application. They can use the Word, Outlook, Teams, everything from here. Yep. But you'll be mainly focusing on the server side, not in the client side. So this is pretty much the dashboard for the client side. And if I run the Outlook application or any other application, let's go with Word. We just quickly see. Yep. So now again, this is the client side where you can use Microsoft in the Microsoft Word in the cloud. Similarly, we do have other application like SharePoint as well, everything. So when you learn this course and you move in towards the cloud side, you won't be managing the client side. You'll be managing the server side. So the server side in the cloud environment is accessed through the Office portal through the admin center. So this admin center is only available or only accessible by your IT department employees. Make sense? So that means that we just need to go to the admin center, and from the same admin center or from the server side in the cloud, we can actually manage those applications. So if you can see over here, the same application, your SharePoint, Exchange, which is your Outlook's email server, as well as Microsoft Teams as well. So now let's say if I want to create a user in the cloud, which is one of the user that will be working in Extratech, then we can simply go over here on the user tab. We will still be within the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. We go to the user tab, active user. And from here, there's an option to create a single user, as well as we can create multiple users as well. And also multi-factor authentication. I'm pretty sure everyone's familiar with this term. It's getting really popular nowadays. Yeah. So we can actually manage that from the back end as well. I know it's pretty easy job, but these are some of the core skills required. Yep. So I'm just giving you short demos. I don't want to go like rather lengthy demos. It will be like teaching you guys courses. So we need to jump into the Q&A session as well. So that's pretty much it about, I mean, a little bit demo regarding what you guys will be learning. Yep. All right, guys. So yeah, so let's jump back into our slides. So that's about our IT training that's already done as well. I mean, the video summarize all of our company's introduction, so I'm not gonna go through that slides. Yep. So primary goal to allow all of the candidates, not just like students, but both permanent residents as well as citizens that are in Australia as well, to land a job in IT or to land their desired job in IT. Yep. And that's the core component. Like I said, we have 12 weeks of training that's divided into two parts. Then you have your career counseling after you complete the training. And also, guys, so like I said, again, if you guys think that you are not prepared well enough with 12 weeks of training, then you guys can again join the course within 6 months without any additional fee or additional cost as well, which is one of the really good benefit about joining the Extratech's Cloud Network and System Support training program. Yep. And once you're done with that, you'll jump into career counseling. And until and unless you guys land your job in IT, you guys can, I mean, stay in the career counseling until you land your job. Obviously, we wouldn't want you guys to stay there for too long, but yeah, that's just another bonus as well. Yep. And within career counseling, I've already explained how career counseling works, so I don't need to go through that slides either. So let's jump into the slots. That's done as well. So you guys already have a quick overview. Yep. So I think that was, yeah. So this is the updated slide. Sorry, I think I must have run the wrong one. So this is the updated slide, and you can see slot 1, 4, and 5, the highlighted slot. These are the ones that you guys can actually enroll in. And pretty much it. So that's our contact information. Yep. So again, you guys will be contacted by the admin team anyway, but you guys can save these numbers so that if you guys need to urgently contact us. Yep. So we have different branches in Sydney, Canberra, Melbourne, as well as Adelaide. So based upon your location, you guys can contact the correct person, and you can enroll in that particular state. All right, guys, thank you so much. So that's pretty much about our course, a little bit demo, and now let's jump into quick Q&A session. So, all right, guys, so I think there's a few questions within our chat as well. All right, so going through this question. So Gaurav sir and Krishna, if you guys can move into the questions, if you guys jump into the question. All right. Okay. Oh, yeah. So Krishna did provide the thing as well, which is good. Thanks, Krishna. All right. So, okay, Pratik. So this course is for students not just from Australia. If you guys are from Nepal, you guys can join in from Nepal as well. If you guys from United States, you guys can join in from United States as well. Yep. And the cost for the Microsoft certification, you can see that over here. And every now and then, Microsoft does provide different online training module, which allows you to receive a 50% off voucher for your exam. So that means if it's $84, you can do the same exam for half the price, but you have to make sure that you attend those online training session. But Microsoft does not provide the session continuously. It's every now and then. But we will guide you in terms of how to attend those sessions, how to join in and book those sessions as well. Yep. All right. Okay. So yeah, Gaurav, sir, if you can move on. Yeah. Yeah. Regarding the face-to-face classes as well. Currently, there's no face-to-face classes at the moment. So yep, Gaurav, sir, you're on mute, sir. Yep.
No worries. Thank you. Thank you, Sandeep, sir, for the overview of all the course details.
Yep. No worries.
Yeah, basically, I wanted to focus on the Melbourne classes as well as the boot camps. I think we missed about the boot camps. We regularly organize boot camp sessions. And our face-to-face class in Melbourne will be maybe another 2 or 3 weeks, most probably. And
that's
anyway,
for the Melbourne slot. Yeah.
Yeah, Melbourne slot. But in Sydney, you have physical classes as mentioned earlier. What I wanted to focus now is there might be a lot of questions. Maybe those students over here, they might have some hesitation to ask some questions, but I'll just try to explain what we basically do. So as you know what the technical stuff do you teach over here is basically all kind of practical stuffs. So virtualizations, even for example, normal companies also, they have at least 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, 200 servers. They need that amount of servers, right? File server, database server, backup server, ADDS, print server, remote server for the VPNs, a lot of servers, web server, right? File server. Those servers, if you buy one server, what will happen? They're gonna cost a fortune, isn't it? So in a real company also, a lot of the servers, like we only have 3 or 4 actual main physical server or 5 or 6 main physical server, right? On that server, like we do virtualizations. We create a lot of virtual servers. That's what we basically learn over here as well. For example, if you go into YouTube or online portal, there can be a lot of course materials, right? They only teach you in a one way. They only teach you what do you mean by DNS, what do you mean by DSCP, but they don't teach you how to work with DSCP, how to work with DNS. Let's say a user calls you and says, "Hi IT, my internet keeps dropping down. Like sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not working. Sometimes I can access this website, sometimes I can access the website." How to deal with those issues? Because in IT, it's not about how you build, it's all about how you troubleshoot. So we focus on the troubleshooting steps, right? A user calls you and says you, "Hi IT, I can't print from my computer." The issue looks smaller, right? The issue looks smaller. But when you dig down into a little bit more, you might find out a lot of issues. It might be with the cablings, might be with the print server, it might be with the printer itself. So we teach you about the troubleshooting steps, right? So let's say during the interview, the interviewer asks you a question, "Can you tell me about yourself?" It looks very simple, isn't it? Tell me about yourself. But how to answer this question, right, is more important, right? So what is a general step to get a job? The first thing is you need to have some technical skills. If you are working in IT, definitely you need to have some technical skills, isn't it? What about next? Imagine that we all have bachelor's degree, we all have master's degree. Maybe some of you might have 1 or 2 years of experience in overseas, right? But what is the most important things to get a job in Australia? Basically, let's imagine that you created one resume from ChatGPT, right? For example, let's say you started getting calls. So during that call, if you don't know how to answer any sort of questions, let's say during interview, someone asks you, okay, what is your salary expectation, right? The question looks pretty straightforward. Question looks pretty simple, right? But the way you answer basically defines whether you can get a job or not, right? So we teach you how to answer any sort of questions. Doesn't matter what. It's technical, behavioral, scenario-based, doesn't matter what. Again, we will teach you, if you don't know anything about the question the interviewer asks you, maybe they will ask you, like, for example, during the interview, right? They might ask you about how do you explain a VPN to a normal user, right? How do you explain internet to a 10-year-old kid? It can be anything. Questions can be anything, right? And if you don't know how to answer it, right? How to answer what do you understand by DHCP? How DHCP work? What is the DORA process? Something like this. Even though if you don't know how to answer during the interview, we have some tips and tricks to answer those questions. If you are blank out during the interview, we have the backup plans for that. So we will guide you. So if you go in YouTube video, if you go in any online courses, they don't teach you these stuff, isn't it? So we know your weaknesses so that we can rectify that weaknesses. We can improve, right? And we can build your professional development. So it's not only about joining the course. It's not only about learning the technologies. It's about implementing it. And it's all about preparing for your interview. It's all about actually becoming stable during your job. So it can be a case where, let's say you have a good resume. So you get a call, you pass the interview, right? What if you go into the job and after 2 months, the company fired you, right? So it's all about the stability during the work, isn't it? Some people, I have seen a lot of people before, like who comes to the company and they lied a couple of things on the resume, right? They build up a resume from someone else. They come to the work from the reference. They don't know how to create a user in Active Directory, right? If small, like say user calls you and say, hi IT, I can't log into my computer, right? So there might be a lot of reasons for user that is unable to log into a computer, right? And there might be some error message in the computer screen, right? There might be some example, for example, my account is locked out, right? Your reference account is locked out. So how are you going to resolve that? So he didn't know how to go into Active Directory and unlock that user account, right? Some user tried to reset the password, but there was some error. The user can't reset the password. But later on, we realized that we had a group policy that basically says username, the password for the username must be at least 12 characters, including capital letters, small letters, numbers, and so on like that. See the policies. Where is that policy basically implemented from? From the server. From which server, right? So we teach you all these stuff like a real environment. So if you know how to do it, if you know what to tell during the interview, you are going to get a job. It's not about technical skills. It's all about tips and tricks. Nobody teaches you the tips and tricks. Nobody point out your mistakes. Nobody point out your weakness. So we are here to point out your mistake because we know how it is, done in a real environment. So we know the industry, right? If something goes wrong, how to fix it, right? How to implement the things, how to troubleshoot the things, how to communicate with a recruiter, how to communicate with the teamwork. So we teach all of those stuffs, right? So anyway, so that's pretty much about also. Let's go with a lot of questions. Yeah, you can definitely join from Nepal, as already mentioned. Will I be skilled enough to land a remote job to Europe? Okay, see, IT, doesn't matter where you go, right? Because we have slots in a lot of students from USA, a lot of students from Canada, a lot of students from UK, Nepal, India, from New Zealand. So it's not about, IT is all about, like skill set. Doesn't matter whether you are in Australia, Nepal, or USA. So definitely there are a lot of remote works available. I think the problem is securing job is also work experience. For some, just getting the field. How do you manage this? Okay, so in terms of work experience, whatever we learn here is like a real industry, right? So in terms of, once you finish our technical stuff, we'll be moving into career counseling, right? During that career counseling, we will prepare your resume. So definitely you have to make a draft resume. We'll review your resume. We'll add whatever is needed. We will remove whatever is not needed, and we'll go from there. So definitely in terms of resume, you don't have to worry about anything at this moment. We'll work it out something. Whatever we learn here will be like a real experience. So no need to worry about that. How do you manage the expect income? Yeah, definitely. Because as you see, we have a lot of results, right? And we know the tricks. We know how recruiter thinks. We know how actual manager thinks, and we know how normal, candidate thinks about the job. So we all have that tips and tricks. So you don't need to worry about that part. Yeah, definitely. 𝗧𝗿𝗶𝘂𝗧𝗧 we can do from Nepal. After joining the session in Nepal, we can do the. We have office in Nepal as well. So definitely we'll have a lot of connection with the external vendors, a lot of connections with other companies. It's all about skills. As I mentioned, if you are skill set, even we hire people from here as well. For example, something to do with cloud migration, something to do with cloud work. So a lot of companies, they outsource the work to overseas, so Nepal, India. So there are definitely might be an opportunity. We can't guarantee at this point, right? Nothing is guaranteed, to be honest. But if you have a skill set, what if tomorrow there is a job opportunity, right? Because we are not only a training provider, we are an MSP as well, as Sandeep sir already mentioned. We look like recently, I think Sandeep sir has already taken like a bigger project, like which basically needed 50 or 60 technicians, right? So he's handling that
roughly
project.
around that, yeah.
Yeah, roughly around that. So it's not only about a training session in Extratech. So we do MSP kind of work. So if there is anything that need to be done from Nepal or that you can do, if you are interested, definitely there is a room for your growth, right? Sure, we can, yeah, definitely.
So regarding for the cost of the training and all that, our admin team will get back to you guys regarding the cost for the training as well. Yep. Because it's like a little bit different in terms of your cost in different country. That's obviously because of the values of exchange rate and all that as well. So regarding the cost, we're actually not the correct person. Yep, we are just trainers, and yeah. So the admin team, will get back to you in terms of the course structure and the cost as well. Yep.
And non-IT background, yes, definitely.
sure.
We
Yeah.
have recent experience. He worked in hospitality sector for 15 years, right? And he had no previous experience in IT, right? Fresh start. So he got a job in IT, and he got a job in IT in Victorian, the metro transportation department. Another guy, again, same thing. Like he has been working in hospital now in IT. So there are a lot of students who really got a job in IT with no prior experience. It's all about determination. For some people, they might take some time, right, to catch up with the things. But definitely, if you are non-IT background, definitely you are not going to get a job in 1 or 2 months, right? It takes some time. If you go with the flow, if you follow the path we, guided you, and definitely you will get a job.
And one quick thing I want to add in the same question as well, because I myself, as a trainer for 4 years, have experience. I'm pretty sure Krishna and Gaurav sir have experienced the same thing as well. When we have non-IT background students, they are often the more hardworking students than the
Yeah,
students that actually have IT backgrounds. They are really
definitely.
dedicated. They are really hardworking. They are really, yeah. So they are more hardworking in general than the IT students. So
Yeah,
I'm not saying everyone. I'm just giving you a few examples as well. So yeah. All
yeah,
right. Okay.
definitely.
Bola. So yep. Yes, we do provide training on computer hardwares as well. In terms of hardware upgrades, in terms of your hardware information as well, deployment as well, everything that's required for IT support. It's not like we're doing the core engineering part of the hardware, but whatever is required in terms of your IT support, all of those stuffs are actually covered. Yep. Okay.
So in terms of hardware, I like to add something. For example, companies, they have an agreement with the manufacturers, right? For example, in terms of laptops, your company might be, getting a laptop from Dell. So within that deal, they have at least for 3 years warranty. Like in a company, it's 3 or 5 years of warranty, right? So if something goes wrong with like the hard disk is completely failed, right? So definitely in that case, you have to contact Dell, and there is a process to escalate that ticket to a vendor, right? You have to contact the vendor, and they will fix it for you. But definitely, basic things like like changing a RAM or something like this, increasing a RAM on a computer, something like this, definitely you can do it, and it's pretty straightforward and simple. So we are not going into deep in terms of hardware, right? And in the companies, normally if you work in IT support, level 1, level 2, level 3, doesn't matter what, we are not going to play with the electronic stuffs in deep, right? It's because in terms of skill set, in Australia, it's not authorized to definitely work with electrical things without a proper license as well. So that's a kind of compliance we have. But normal things, changing a RAM, HDD to SSD, there might be a case, right? So there might be an older computer. Some companies, they are, if they wanted to change to a later version as well, they can't change because they have a kind of systems which is like 20 years old, and that 20 years old is basically using Windows 7. So they are still on Windows 7. It's because of the actual hardware. To upgrade that hardware is going to cost millions of dollars. Some of the companies, right? Some manufacturing company. So in that case, you have to go with the flow. You have to go with the company's policy. But in general, terms, we really don't have to deal with too much of hardware issues. Like basically, we escalate to the hardware. Like if printer is not working, if there is some issue with the printer in terms of hardware, contact the vendor, because we have agreement with the vendor, right? If something goes wrong, it's under the SLA, service level agreement, right? So yeah, that's pretty much about it. Any, we'll get a referrals from you. Yeah, definitely in terms of referral, we provide the reference. And this is one of the most, okay, one more thing is, see, we have been in the industry since 2019. And those students who were in Extratech before at 29, 2020, 29, 20, sorry, 19, 20, 21, they are into senior position now, right? If they have any job vacancy within their company, right? And if you apply in that company, and we know that you applied in that company, there will be a referral as well. And if they know that their company is hiring, definitely they will inform us, hi, Sandeep, hi Gaurav, hi Krishna, we are hiring level 1, level 2 support engineer. Can you please send your student's resume to me? So we have that record, because it's all about networking. Even after getting a job, and if you're stuck into your job, if you don't know how to do it, something like very stuck. And it's not always the case where you'll be asking everything to your manager or your senior, right? There can be kind of hesitations, or it's not good to ask everything to a manager or because you have to find out something from your end. So in that case, if you are really stuck, you did a googling, you do your research, you could not find anything, you can contact our support team. So we have a group of students, we have a group of people who work in IT. So if you just flick one message over there, hi team, I'm stuck on this, someone will be able to give you some answers, right? So it's kind of that networking. Cool. Yep. Thank you, Prashin. Yep. Bola, is it possible to get a full remote work as a start? That's a kind of hybrid, 100% possible. In terms of full remote, it depends upon company, depends upon, definitely most of the companies, they are hybrid, right? 2 days from home, 2 days or 3 days from office, or vice versa. But in terms of fully remote, it's possible, but we can't guarantee. So if you just apply job which is fully remote, then there might be a less chance, right? But in terms of job, we have to start with anything. Doesn't matter whether that is on site or full time, or definitely they would, once you get into a market, once you start working for 1 or 2 months, definitely you can ask to a manager, hi, see, this is my skill set, because I've been doing. If you meet your KPIs, right? KPIs. If you meet your KPIs, then definitely your manager will be happy and can offer you full remote work. It can be a case. I've seen a lot of students who do the same thing. They started on a 5 days a week in office. They did their great job. As long as you resolve the ticket properly, the work is done. Doesn't matter whether you work from office or work from remote. Sometimes some job needs on-site visit, so that's a different story. Sometimes if you have to go into actual client side to resolve an issue, in that case, you have to do it. Other than that, yeah, there can be a possibility of full remote work. There are a couple of my brothers who basically works full-time remote as an IT support, right? Some depends. Cool. Anything you'd like to add, Krishnaji?
Yep. Krishna, if you can add few,
yeah.
No, that's fine.
Gaurav and Sandeep already covered most of the things, but what I would like to suggest is, many people ask me whether this technical skills is most important or soft skill, especially in countries like Australia, New Zealand, and in any other developed country. But I think what I will say is, like, you work on your 50% of your technical skills, and then the soft skill is 50%, because when you are going for interview, it's like 30 minutes or 45 minutes interview, and that time the interviewer will see you how you talk. It's not, IT is not only about how you fix the issue, because sometimes some issues will take like couple of minutes to fix, but some issues will take like sometimes even months to fix. And not only one party is involved to fix one issue, it's like multiple parties. Sometimes you need to get like server team, network team, security team involved, and that time how you communicate, that also being evaluated. Okay, when managers look for your skill set, that time they look like how you communicate, because you're not only dealing with like the line level people. Sometimes you have to communicate with like the top of your tier in the organization. So I think I would suggest that. And for your like jobs or something, what you should do is do work on your technical skills, side by side work on your soft skill, create a good resume, work with our career counseling team, make resume, and as soon as you like done with your 50% of your course, then start to apply jobs. And once you get like the reply from the interviewer that they want to go ahead with your interview, you still have some time to prepare for the interviews. We will guide you, and then it will be easier. So make a strategy. We will definitely help you to make a strategy how you can go ahead and then try to succeed. It's just like sometimes for some people it will take a little bit less time, but for some people it will take longer. But if it takes longer, we are here for you. We will try to provide our best knowledge, whatever we have learned in our industry. So yeah, this is what we can commit. Thank you.
Yeah, great. Also, one more thing I like that you raise a very good concern, Krishna. So what happens is, let's say your interviewer asks you one question, right? Let's say a user calls you and says his printer is not working, and the user is really frustrated. He needs to print that document immediately. How are you going to resolve that issue, and how are you going to handle that difficult customer, right? In this case, if you only know the technical stuff to resolve the printer issue, it's not going to help, right? So you need your soft skills, you need your communication skills, you need your convincing power. So you need to make that angry customer calm. At the same time, If you even can't fix the actual technical issue, doesn't matter. There are a lot of senior team members within a company. But if you know how to escalate that ticket, how to document that ticket or document that issue, right? If you update that ticket properly with the proper notes, what have you done? How did you convince that user that his issue is going to be, resolved very soon? So that's the main important part. It's not only because in IT, because most of the time, even, we have been in the industry for years, we also done a lot of things, right? But we know how to document it. We know how to work with the flow. That's the main important things. If you can't fix it immediately, you can convince, hey, this is the issue. It's going to take some time, but it's going to, we have to contact the external vendor. Yeah, we definitely going to resolve the issue. Alternatively, what you can do is print in another printer. In a company, there is not only one printer, isn't it? There are a lot of printers, network printers. So you can convince that user to print to another printer, like, for example, temporarily. In the meantime, you can work on the issue, whatever you want to do, right? So it's not only about technical stuff. It's about how you communicate. It's all about how you contact, how you, keep in touch with your client and make him happy and satisfied with the work or the service, okay? And which is both of the things over here, both technicals as well as career counseling. Does the networking fall under cybersecurity? Yes. Do one thing, one more thing again. Sorry if I'm speaking too much, because I wanted to make things clear down.
It's the
Right.
orientation, so yeah, it's fine. Sir.
Yeah. So what happens is, for example, if you want to go into networking, right, or cybersecurity, for example, if you want to go into cybersecurity, if you have a solid understanding of networking, you will be on the top, right? Because everything is networking. Internet is all about network, isn't it? To secure that network is basically a cybersecurity, isn't it? So what happens is, even while creating a user account, while implementing a passport policy in a group policy, right? If you have implemented a proper passport policy, that's a part of cybersecurity as well, right? There we call, for example, in policies, right? Your compliance policies, your configuration policies. If you have configured that policies properly, that's also a part of your cybersecurity. We call in Azure conditional access policies. For example, a user can access internet within a certain network, your company's network. But as long as the user move outside from your company, he can't or she can't access the company resources, right? It might be some VPN policies, VPN issues. It can be the conditional access policies. So that's a part of cybersecurity, right? So in terms of VLANs, right? So how you are setting up your VLANs, right? All depends how you are setting up your Wi-Fi. For example, in a company, they have a lot of internal staffs. There are a lot of external vendors coming to a company. There are a lot of visitors coming to a company. So can they use same Wi-Fi? Your internal staff and visitors, can they use same Wi-Fi or no? Definitely not, right? So how you are going to secure a network? That's a part of cybersecurity. So we have separate Wi-Fi for internal staff, separate Wi-Fi for visitor, separate Wi-Fi for vendor. So whatever you can access from your internal staff Wi-Fi can't be accessed from external vendors Wi-Fi because they have security implemented. So that's a part of cybersecurity as well. Your defender policies, whatever, your SharePoint, Teams, whatever we learn here, that's a part of cybersecurity. If you know how, if your system is set up in a proper way, almost 80% of the cybersecurity is already there. So yeah, during is different sector. Yes, they require. Yep, the report to
Yes, Pratik, that
Sometimes
is access. Yeah.
also the cybersecurity is very vague term. Again, networking has a very lot of branches as well as cybersecurity. Lot. I've seen a lot of people, like in my company, there are 3 people just checking the logs, at the intra ID logs. That's it. Their work is to check the logs. Another user is basically checking all the traffics, right? So what happened was last week, one of the IP address was getting a lot of traffic in our firewall, and we noticed that. So there is one single person to look that traffic only. There is another person who basically work on system, another person working networking, actual designing the infrastructure, setting up a new system, implementing a new system. So it's a broad term. So cybersecurity, whether you are going into red team, purple team, it all depends upon the skill set. Okay. Yeah, there are a lot of things in access management. Basically, the right person is accessing the right resources in a right time. That is basically how we are managing all the access within a company.
All right, guys. Any more question? Anyone else? Yeah. If you guys have any small doubts about the course structure, about the course, about the trainers, and also quickly let you guys know, all 3 of us were actually student at Extratech as well. So we started our journey as from student side as well. So yeah, we started off as student, then we worked in IT, then we became a trainer, as well as we were working in IT as well.
Yeah, definitely. So there are a lot of opportunity. As I mentioned, there is a lot of opportunity in terms of actual networking with the people. And let's say tomorrow, if you come say, hey, I want to be a part of your team, definitely there are a lot of room for you. Definitely. Yeah, how about Nepali students who can get into this course? As I think I talked a little bit about this already. So we have office in Nepal as well. If there is any opportunity, definitely we'll give a priority to our students from Nepal. In terms of that also, if there is anything else that's coming up with us, definitely we'll refer you. And also in terms of Australia, we have a recruitment company as well. So 𝗖𝗂𝗋 recruitment. So if there is also any vacancy coming up in near future, definitely the priority will be given to our students. So yeah, so it's your choice now. Whether you want to choose the best or you want to choose just a good one. It's all depends upon your thoughts. Any questions, any further informations, if you like to discuss anything in more details, we can leave a number here. I think your admin team will definitely get in touch with you after, maybe tomorrow or the after tomorrow. But anyway, so if you wanna know more about it, especially if you wanna know more about the Melbourne class, because I look after Melbourne branch as well. So I have provided my number. Yep. Definitely we can have another conversation. So need 𝗏𝘂𝗀𝗃 session. So definitely we'll run our orientation session, we'll run a bootcamp sessions. So you will be running a lot of other sessions as well. So in that case, yeah, our admin tool will basically get back to you. And
yeah, so at the moment, so sorry. So at the moment, 𝗏𝘂𝗀𝗃 sir session, like there are 5 sessions that have already started. So when one of those sessions will be starting from scratch, we'll conduct another orientation as well. Yep. But if you guys do have an option as well. You guys, when the admin team contacts you, if there's any option that allows you to join in from the middle, you guys can do that as well. Some of the students do that. When I say in the middle, it's not in the middle of the course. Let's say, for example, you started, the system side has already started, and the Windows part has been completed by 𝗏𝘂𝗀𝗃 sir. And when 𝗏𝘂𝗀𝗃 sir is about to start the Windows server side, you guys can join in from the server side, and you can cover the Windows part later as well. Yep. So yeah, the admin team will guide you regarding that as well. So